Hey guys, welcome back. So I got my Pray to the Pre-Market Gods shirt on today, and my God, did I not pray hard enough, because what a bloodbath out there. And that's why today on my live stream video, I was saying again and again, after this sell-off we've been having, we have tickers like Space SPCE or Ride Lordstown's Motors down 80%. I don't care how bad a company is, 80% down consecutively. There's going to be a bounce, even if it's a dead cat bounce. So I feel like right now is a great buying opportunity, but that's a different story. What I want to talk today about is a topic that I've been seeing kind of flying around YouTube and some articles lately that I wanted to address a little bit more, because it kind of felt a little bit shady in a way. So let's dive into that, and let me use my laptop screen here. This is not our trading screen. Okay, I just had to make sure that was right. There was an article on Bloomberg that surfaced yesterday. Today's the 19th, and this is yesterday evening. Robinhood plans to reveal its IPO filings as soon as next week. There's been also terms being thrown out that I want to discuss here and just kind of clarify what to expect. And then I want to use an example from Coinbase to share exactly what to expect, pretty much what it's going to look like. So there's a few things I highlighted on this Bloomberg article that we can just very quickly read here. Robinhood Markets plans to reveal filings for its IPO, initial public offering, as soon as next week. That's the big news. Let's keep reading here. Scroll down a little bit further. The filing will give potential investors their first comprehensive look at Robinhood's financials and the risks associated with the stock. That's what's hyped up, right? That's what everyone wants. And we're going to talk a little bit more about what kind of forms those are going to be. Robinhood submitted confidential documents to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's SEC. I feel like every time I read the whole word or acronym, I mess myself up. In March, a process that allows the regulator to weigh in on any changes needed before making them widely available. And that will make a lot more sense in a little bit. There's just one last thing here I want to read, and this is why it's so hyped up as well. A securities filing in May revealed that the company's payment for order flow, its largest source of revenue, more than tripled in the first quarter to $331 million. And that is basically Robinhood is able to give you free trading because they sell your order flow to routing houses like Citadel. So that is, what everyone wants to know. How much money is Robinhood making from selling retail orders to places like Citadel? That's the big question. Now, what I want to review here is, what are these confidential documents to the SEC? What is this kind of shady stuff going on? It's really not that complicated or shady. It just, I feel like, why do they use the term confidential documents? That's obviously what it is. But this is really what's going on. The Form S-1. This is the form a company has to submit to go public, right? And this is something that can be changed down the road, and I'm going to show you a perfect example of that. Anyway, this includes the prospectus. This is a mandatory document with things like, possible risk, possible shares, possible warrants. All these different things in the prospectus. And yes, we read here that Robinhood did reveal this in, I think, March. So if we come here to Robinhood on their blog.robinhood.com, you can see exactly that. Robinhood Markets Inc. confidentially submits draft registration statement. Obviously, this is very private information. Robinhood Markets Inc. has confidentially submitted a draft registration statement on Form S-1. As we just talked about here on their the Form S-1 includes the prospectus. So anytime you hear Form S-1, think IPO. That's what's going on. So I want to give you a little bit example here, and that is on Coinbase Global, and this is on the SEC website. If you just kind of scroll down here a little bit. So Coinbase IPO'd, what was that, April 14th or something like that? Scroll down a little bit. Oop, I think I scrolled down too far. No, you know what? I'm just going to search for it. S1. There it is, S1A. So that was probably their original. I could have swore there is one more hiding here that I actually wanted to click on. This was an amendment. Yeah, this is the original here. This was in February. Yeah, 25th. So this was one of their original ones. So if we click on that, I actually opened it already, and you can kind of see here, scroll down, and this is the perspective I'm sure many of you guys have seen before with all this fancy stuff. And they have newer versions that came out that were all amended. Here's a perspective that was recently amended. Here's a more recent one because all the convertible notes that Coinbase has come out with lately. Now, we were also reading, I just want to kind of come full circle here, that as soon as next week, this part right here, a process that allows the regulator to weigh in on any changes needed before making them widely available, right? That's why it's confidential. So if you go here, there's a lot of information on this perspective that's missing. Look at this. This is missing. This is missing. So like, what's the percentage of Class A shares, Class B shares? How many shares are being IPO'd? All these kind of, finer tweaks is basically what's, probably written in right now in pen, being discussed. I think at Goldman Sachs is taking them, probably being discussed at Goldman Sachs, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of what's going on right now with Robinhood. So pretty much next week, we should be seeing an S1 filing coming out from Robinhood on the SEC. So if you just go to sec.gov, use the EDGAR system, which is a search tool, retrieval system, and then, search for Robinhood. Let me see here, actually. Yeah. So just go here, SEC EDGAR, search EDGAR, and then some company search. And if you just type in Robinhood, probably right now, nothing's going to pop up, but that's what will be popping up. Actually, securities. Yeah. Anyway, now you know. So stay tuned, because this thing that we're seeing right here for Coinbase is going to be popping up for Robinhood, and that's kind of what all the hype is about. I've been hearing a lot about like confidentially documents and all this stuff, and I'm like, why is it being so shady? Why is there like so much muddy water? It's actually very straightforward. S1 being filed, it's confidential, and it's going to be released next week, possibly. So we'll see what happens. Drop a like, guys, if you enjoy the content. Don't forget, we go live every morning at 9 a.m. to trade the market open. Love to see you guys there. And like always, guys, stay safe and make some awesome trades. I'll see you guys later. Ciao, ciao.